Welcome to Intuit Field Service Management powered by Corrigo, your simple and powerful way to get more work done, get paid faster, and grow your business. Intuit Field Service Management is an online solution you can access anytime, any place from your computer browser, and you and your techs can access from a mobile application in the field. Think of service management as the work order scheduling system designed for your service, repair, equipment maintenance, and installation company that talks to your QuickBooks Online, as well as QuickBooks Pro, Premier, and Enterprise. Field Service Management is ideal for heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, garage door, alarm and security, businesses, and much more. Inside Intuit Field Service Management itself, you can schedule and dispatch work orders, view and track customer service and equipment service history at your customer locations, archive work order photos and signatures from the field, map customer locations to save drive time, locate and track your service technicians through GPS, create estimates and invoices in the field, capture payment in the field through our integration with QuickBooks Payments and Merchant Services, synchronize customers, invoices, payments, and inventory with QuickBooks, notify customers of work status, manage recurring work orders with our optional preventive maintenance service agreements module, synchronize payroll data into QuickBooks Desktop with our optional time card module, and much, much more. Intuit Field Service Management is easy, fast, and flexible. It grows with your business, so you can start with one user for yourself and add more users as you grow. Keep in mind, the QuickBooks user has access to both the QuickBooks and the Service Management, but your service team only accesses the Field Service Management itself. You've got a browser interface for Office and laptop access. You've got a mobile application interface for Apple and Android phones and tablets for your field techs. Field Service Management is a month-to-month subscription with no contract. Field Service Management is part of the Corrigo Pro Network, so you can get more business from commercial facilities, restaurants, property managers, and more. Our free Get a Pro app lets your customers reach out to you via their mobile phone anytime, any place. Let's take a look at how Field Service Management can work for you in a brief day in the life of a service team. We'll look at what your service manager does in the office, then what the technician does out in the field, and then lastly, we'll show you what it looks like when the customers and invoices are synchronized into QuickBooks. I'm logged into QuickBooks.Corrigo.com as Mike the manager. My logo is on the upper left and my name is on the upper right. I'm starting at the work order list view. Much of the time you'll launch the dispatch board like this, which gives you a bird's eye view of everything that's going on. I'm going to go full screen here, all at once with the schedule view, a list view, and a map view. Often our customers run the dispatch board on a large monitor on the wall so others can see it. The dispatch board updates automatically and has a simple drag and drop interface with a daily view, weekly view, list view, and a map view. I'm going to take this unassigned appointment and assign it to Bill for later in the day. It's as simple as that. When a call comes in, it's simple to create, schedule, and dispatch a new work order while the customer is on the phone. We're going to click on the New Work Order button here, and it launches a simple 3-step work order wizard. In the first step, we search for our customers by name, contact, site, phone number, and address. The customers you see here or add here are synchronized with the customer list in your QuickBooks. Let's take a look at a customer with Cafe as part of their name. We can see several here with Cafe as part of their name. I'll choose Absolute Alaska for our demonstration. This customer has more than one location in QuickBooks, so Service Management is going to ask me to select which service location we'll be visiting today. Let's just say it's Congress Street. And that takes us to the second step of the work order wizard. And this is where you identify what the customer needs. Typically, you've got some services that might be related to common problems, and I'm set up as an HVAC for our demonstration. The Settings tab lets you configure the list of services you see here. Maybe they're asking for us to come out and change a filter, or maybe it's just too hot out there. We can also capture a few additional notes, such as the air is moving, but it's blowing hot. You also have the ability to create and track custom fields, such as source of call. This account is an existing account. I want to point out that down below we have the entire site service history, so we can see all the other times we've been out here, as well as the equipment list for that particular location and the history of work orders for each specific piece of equipment. And you click Next. And that takes us to the third step, which is our smart scheduling screen, which helps you pick the right tech for the work order. The customer can ask for the next available appointment or something in the future, or you can leave it as needs to be scheduled for the time being. Let's go ahead and schedule this work order for today. You'll see the names of your service technicians on the left, and you can filter by teams and skills. You can see what their work availability is. Let's give this work order to Chuck because he's available and he has the right skills. Often it's helpful to see where the technician is going to be, and the map helps you do that. It brings up a Google map and it puts a status colored pin on the job sites indicating their status. I've got a current work order over here, and I have a technician named Chuck Chiller over here. I think I'm going to give this to Chuck. I can give him an appointment window for this work order. You can assign it secondary technicians as well, such as helpers and subcontractors. We have a final confirmation screen, and you're finished. The dispatch board updated automatically, and the work order is now next to Chuck, and it's yellow because it's waiting for him to pick it up. The system alerted Chuck to new work and notified the customer as well that Chuck is their service technician. At this point, you can print out that work order, or the technician can access it through the mobile application on his phone or tablet. Let's take a look at what the technician sees in the field when he logs in with the Intuit Field Service Management mobile application on his smart device. I'm going to put the dispatch board in the background and bring my technician mobile application into the foreground so you can see both. I'm logged into Intuit Field Service Management mobile application as Chuck Chiller. Service Management works on Apple devices and Android devices only from any cell phone carrier. You can read more about these at quickbooks.corrigo.com. So let's head out in the field and take a look at what technician Chuck Chiller is seeing and doing. From the My Work area, we'll access the appointments, including the Absolute Alaska Cafe appointment. By the way, the office can hide or show future appointments from your technicians. The technician can interact with anything showing a greater than icon on the right side. Tap on the work order number to see the details, phone, contact, access the driving directions, equipment lists, and more. The first thing Chuck's going to do is take responsibility for this work order and mark it picked up. Back in headquarters, the dispatch board updates automatically every 5 minutes. I'm going to force a refresh and show you that the work order turns blue when the tech accepts their work. At some point, Chuck says, "I'm driving," or "I'm actually starting work," so he'll update the status by clicking the app. Chuck can also access driving directions from the mobile application. When your techs start work, the work orders turn green on the dispatch board because you're making money. We've made our mobile app as clean and simple as possible to use for your techs so they can focus on repair and maintenance and installation work. Chuck can also access driving directions from the mobile application. While the tech is in the field, he can see the prior site service history. The technician can use this information to make smarter decisions in the field. Are we going to repair this again or replace the equipment? Let's look at work order 4665. I can see who we worked with, what we did, and I can see there's a picture note attached to this work order. The tech can also take a new photograph and attach it to the current work order. I have this photo of the customer equipment, and let's attach it to the current work order. When the technician's finished, he's going to mark the work order status complete. Your service tech can use the voice to text or manually enter a work done description, such as resolved AC issue by adding Freon and replacing a fan belt. System is blowing as cool as 58 degrees. It's that easy. As much or as little information as you need. This is what they would have written if they were using a paper work order. The tech taps continue. It's going to ask him which piece of equipment got serviced. It presents a list of existing equipment at this service location, and we can always add more. Let's say it was the package air conditioner. Each piece of equipment can have attributes such as serial numbers, warranty dates, and conditions. Intuit Field Service Management lets you track unlimited pieces of equipment and unlimited attributes. The work order is now gray on your dispatch board. Before we leave, we want to get the customer's signature confirming the AC is working properly now. Click Accept Customer Signature. I can show my business information, the work order information, and the work done description. The customer clicks Accept. Your customer can use a stylus or their finger to sign that work order. So that's how you're going to get more work done with smart scheduling and real-time dispatching and access anytime, any place to the information you need to get the job done right. Now we're going to show you how to get paid faster by creating invoices and, if you wish, taking payment in the field through our integration with QuickBooks Payment Merchant Services. For example, I want to create an invoice to charge for the Freon and the fan belt. Chuck's going to click on Invoice and add new item. The items list in Service Management is synchronized with the items list inside QuickBooks. I can type a few characters and it will show me the search results. Here are the items with Freon in the name or the description. Let's select the Freon for the invoice. Let's add that fan belt. I can type in the exact part number or something generic to pick from the results. Sometimes you charge for your labor separately, sometimes you don't. I'm going to charge for first hour labor charge here. So Chuck has an invoice now. He can mark it prepared and will go to QuickBooks as an account receivable. Or he can save this as an estimate if desired. I can also take a signature here on the invoice and I can capture payment. When I choose Pay Invoice, Service Management lets you take payment via cash, check, or credit card with QuickBooks Merchant Services e-commerce. I'm going to take a check today to keep things simple. It gives me an on-screen receipt for the payment and credit card confirmation if I used a credit card. Chuck can email this receipt to his customer right from the app. This payment is now recorded and you don't have any duplicated data entry to clean up on the accounting side in your QuickBooks. Let's get a signature here on the invoice. I can email the work order, the picture, the signature, and the invoice to my customer right from the mobile app. Chuck's next appointment is with Jonathan Winter at 11 o'clock. Back on the dispatch board, the work order is gray because it's been completed. If we click on Chuck's name, we can see the technician's details, including his recent work order history. We can click on recent work order 4698 to see the details. For example, we were out at Absolute Alaska Cafe. Each work order has an action log showing dates and timestamps and who performed the action. We've got the work order problem in our work order description. We've got the photograph. And we've got the work order signature. Everything we've done so far is done anytime, anyplace through either the browser or the mobile application. What we're going to do now is we're going to switch gears and show you what's happening down the hall in accounting inside your QuickBooks. With our QuickBooks integration, you get data synchronization of customers and approved invoices and payment data from Field Service Management into QuickBooks. Field Service Management integrates with all US versions of QuickBooks Online, as well as Desktop Pro, Premier, and Enterprise. Let's go into QuickBooks to see what's new by launching the Field Service Management Synchronization utility. You'll typically run this once a day as the QuickBooks administrator. I'm going to click the Next button to speed things along. When the invoices sync from Field Service Management to QuickBooks, we will decrement the inventory used. And if you have QuickBooks Enterprise with the Advanced Inventory module, we will map that inventory per truck or technician. Here come my invoices. If we took any payment in the field, that will also synchronize here. If we have the Field Service Management Time Card module, which we'll talk about shortly, it will synchronize my payroll records as well. In QuickBooks, I go to the Customer Center. I locate Absolute Alaska, and I can see the invoice with the paid stamp on it. We have our work done description, our parts and services and labor, and we're using the desired layout on our invoice inside the QuickBooks. The base module of Field Service Management includes everything you've seen so far. As well, the GPS breadcrumb trail is available for each of your field service techs. For example, when I click on People, and then I click on Chuck, I can see where he is right now and where he's been. Ideally, later in the day, these lines will go from point A over to point B. The GPS data goes back 90 days. Also included is our powerful reporting system. We have standard reports by work order and customer, as well as management dashboards such as company key metrics looking at revenue and work order trends. Let's look at the key metrics report. We're looking at month to date versus quarter to date versus prior quarter, work order trends, and revenue trends. You can easily create your own reports. For example, I created a report called Work Orders by Source of Call to help understand my marketing efforts. Let's run that report for this quarter. You can see I have lots of customer referrals, existing customers, people who saw my truck, etc. You get to choose which columns are going to appear on your report, and you can export the data to Excel, PDF, and XML format. You can display the same data in a matrix layout, which is similar to a pivot table in Excel. And again, you can export your data. So we've shown you how Intuit Field Service Management for QuickBooks is going to help you get more work done and how we're going to help you get paid faster. There are two optional modules that may be appropriate for your service business. The first module schedules recurring work orders. The second module streamlines your payroll processing. To schedule recurring work orders, you'll want our Preventive Maintenance Service Agreements module. With this module, you can define recurring work, provide technicians with a list of services to provide for each visit, define primary and backup technicians, and automate invoicing for those visits. You also get reminders when the service agreement contract is coming up for renewal. This makes it easy for your business to deliver and invoice on recurring work orders and keep customers happy throughout the year. The best way for me to show you the module is through the List tab. Let's say you're a pool maintenance company or an HVAC company. You need to proactively go out and service customer equipment to keep it in top condition. This module enables you to define recurring work orders. Those work orders can be assigned directly to a preferred technician or left on the dispatch board for the service manager to assign later. For example, the map view of these service agreement appointments shows they're scattered around town. These need to be assigned. We can see that work order 4664 is over here, and Chuck Chiller is nearby, so Chuck could certainly be the guy to go take care of this. I click on 4664, click on Needs to be Scheduled. The Smart Scheduling screen shows everyone's availability. I can drag and drop this preventive maintenance visit to happen before Chuck's afternoon appointment and click OK. Out in the field on the mobile application, Chuck's phone shows he just got a new work order for 9 a.m. to take care of Bob Williams. And he can see the preventive maintenance checklist that he's going to use out in the field. To streamline payroll processing with your QuickBooks Desktop Pro, Premier, and Enterprise software, you'll want our optional time card module. Just for review, every work order has an action log. If we go back to work order 4698, we can see Mike created the work order, Chuck accepted it, Chuck started it, Chuck completed it. When you purchase the optional time card module, when I click on Chuck's name, I can see the time card audit screen. I've defined rounding rules and rules for regular, overtime, and double time. For work order 4698, you can see we're paying Chuck for 15 minutes with the rounding rules applied. If I find somebody has been goofing around, I have the ability to edit the timestamps for payroll purposes from this Office interface. At the end of the payroll period, I can edit and approve Chuck's time, and these time records will sync into QuickBooks Weekly Timesheet screen. Let's take a look at Chuck's time for this week. I have the customer name and job on the left. I have regular, double, or overtime, the work order number, and the time records. That's how the time card module lets your techs use one app for all their work and their payroll records, eliminating paper and Excel spreadsheets, makes it easy for your office to flag unusual entries before running payroll. Pricing for Intuit Field Service Management is a month-to-month subscription based upon how many named login users your business requires for the field service management itself. So you might have 2 people in the office using QuickBooks and 10 people on your service team. Again, the service team is not using the QuickBooks itself, they're just using the field service management. The base module for Intuit Field Service Management is $35 per month per user with no contract required. Included in your subscription is the anytime, anyplace access to customer and equipment service history, the smart scheduling, dispatch board, customer location mapping, GPS technician locations, mobile invoicing, signatures and payment capture, reports. Also included is our online learning center, software upgrades, and toll-free technical support. At $35 per month per user, you should have a rapid return on investment, and again, there's no contract required. Per user pricing drops as you add more users. We talked about 2 optional modules today, the recurring work order service agreements module and the time card module. These modules are $15 per month per user for each module. Keep in mind the time card module only integrates with QuickBooks Pro, Premier, and Enterprise. Last but not least, personalized setup and live training is available through local experts for an additional fee.
That concludes our Intuit Field Service demonstration. Minding My Books is a QuickBooks solution provider, which means we are experts with QuickBooks Desktop and online software products. We are also certified to sell and implement Intuit Field Service Management. We offer a complimentary consultation and the best discount pricing available for your business. Please call me at 877-757-8223 or email me at rayansalter@mindingmybooks.com. Thank you.